Welcome to Hustle and Heart, finding success and fulfillment on your own terms. The podcast that's here to educate, inspire, and help you step into your power con mucho amor. As a first-gen Latina, I know what it's like to hustle hard, break generational cycles, and still wonder if I'm doing enough. I welcome you to this space, a place where we drop this BS, have raw conversations about mindset, success, and creating a life that's fulfilling to you. Think of this as your weekly cafecito chat with your long-distance, ambitious bestie where we talk about the real struggles, wins, and mindset shifts that actually make a difference. No fluff, no gimmicks, just honest conversations that help you take real steps towards the life that you want. So grab that cafecito, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. Hey, welcome to Hustle and Heart, defining success and fulfillment on your own terms. I'm your host, Vanessa Betance, digital strategist, mama, and believer that women get to build wildly successful brands without burning out. Today's episode is another biggie. I'm talking about standards versus expectations. And believe me that this shift will change how you build, lead, and breathe, not just in your business, but in every relationship that matters to you. If you've ever felt like goals you set don't match the results you're getting, or if you find yourself disappointed in how others show up for you, then I encourage and recommend and suggest that you take a moment and accept this as a sign to let go of expectations and rise with new standards instead. Because here's a hard truth. This principle transcends business. It transforms how you lead your team and how you navigate your most important personal relationships. Let's get into it. Let's start with the difference because they aren't the same thing, even though we often treat them that way. Michelle Hoskin says, a standard is a level of quality or attainment, while an expectation is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case. Boom. That distinction right there is everything. Standards are internal. They're what you commit to regardless of the outcome. How you treat your clients, how you price your offers, how you show up on launch day, even when the signups are slower than you'd like. In your personal life, standards are how you communicate even when you're frustrated, how much presence you bring to your family dinners, or how you honor your own boundaries when they're tested. Expectations, on the other hand, are external. They're rooted in assumptions. Things like, this reel will go viral, we'll make 5K by Friday, my partner should know what I need without me asking. My friend should respond to my text right away. Sound familiar? See, when we live by expectations, we give away our power. But when we anchor to standards, we regain it. Think about it. You can't control if your launch hits 6 figures, but you can control delivering exceptional value. You can't control if your partner remembers your anniversary, but you can control how you communicate your needs and how you respond when disappointed. Let this be your permission slip to shift your focus. What are the non-negotiables in how you lead, both your business and your relationships? What standards do you want your team, your audience, your partner, your children to experience from you? And are those standards aligned with your values or just society's pressures? In 2025, we're navigating an economy where inflation's still doing its thing and consumer behavior is changing fast. Neil Bradley from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce put it plainly, prices are still going up faster than we want. And that's real. That's what we're living with. And at the end of the day, expectations that your audience will buy like they used to may not hold up anymore. But your standards, those are your anchor. The same applies to your relationships. People change, circumstances shift, children grow up, partners evolve. If your happiness depends on expecting others to show up exactly how they always have, let me tell you, you're setting yourself up for major disappointment. But your standards for how you navigate change, now that is where your power lives. Financial standard, be the CEO who knows her numbers. Customer standard, over-deliver with pure heart. Team standard, make sure your people feel seen and supported. Marketing standard, be intentional, aligned, and not just loud and busy. Relationship standard, listen with presence, not just waiting to respond. Self-care standard, honor your boundaries. especially, most definitely, when it's hard. Parenting standard, model the behavior you hope to see. Lead by example, because they're always watching. Partnership standard, communicate with honesty and compassion, even during conflict. As Steve Jobs said, be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected. Let that be your energy in your business and your home. Excellence over ego, quality over quantity, depth over performance. This is the trap. Thinking that setting high standards means being a perfectionist. It doesn't. Reid Hoffman once said, if you're not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you've launched too late. Woof, I felt that. Perfection is procrastination in disguise, my friends. True standards include grace and growth. This applies beautifully to relationships too. The standard isn't never argue with your partner. It's argue with respect and repair quickly. It's not be available to your friends 24/7. It's show up authentically when you do connect. There's a big difference. You don't have to be excellent at everything. You just need to know where it matters most in your business and your life right now. So if you're fumbling through the reels, figuring out your email cadence, or if you're learning how to set boundaries with difficult family member, just take a moment, take a deep breath in, and just breathe. Set the standard for progress, not perfection. All right, let's get practical. Here's how to make standards your superpower in business and relationships. 1, document them. Write your standards down. Don't keep them in your head. This could be your company values or even relationship agreements with your partner. 2, making them measurable. What does great service actually look like? What does being present with your family mean specifically to you? 3, build around them. Systems should support your standards, not sabotage them. So this applies to your CRM and to your family calendar alike. 4, communicate clearly. Let your team, audience, and loved ones know exactly what to expect and why it matters. This is important to me because 5, audit regularly. Standards should evolve as you grow. What worked in your business the first year might not work in year 5. What worked when your kids were toddlers might not work when they're teenagers. And 6, celebrate living your standards. This builds culture, whether that's brand culture or family culture. And most importantly, motivation. Let me give you a real life example. Over a year ago, I had made a big decision to step away from a startup I helped build from the ground up, something I poured my energy, my love, strategy, craft, and late nights into. I left it and I launched my own creative agency from home, not just for flexibility, but for something deeper, to be more present for my son and my family. That move required a total redefinition of what success looked like for me personally. I had to release the old expectation that being a real entrepreneur meant grinding 10 plus hours a day or constantly being unavailable. Instead, I set a new standard for myself. If an opportunity doesn't align with my son's schedule or our family rhythm, it's a hard no. A loving, unapologetic, hard no. And that standard reshaped everything. It meant I started valuing time differently. I still multitask, don't get me wrong, because hello, mom life. But now it's with way more intention and way less guilt. When I'm working, I'm focused. And when I'm with my son, I'm not trying to be everything to everyone. That alignment didn't just shift my calendar, it shifted my energy. That's what powerful standards do. They bring your business and life into alignment with your version of success, not someone else's hustle highlight reel. People ask, but if I'm too strict with standards, won't I miss opportunities or be too rigid in relationships? Nope. In fact, your standard should include flexibility. Oprah says it best. This is one quote that has stuck with me since I heard it. Don't worry about becoming successful, but work toward being significant, and the success will naturally follow. Now that's the vibe. Your standard could be leading with intention and impact. Your methods might change, podcast, coaching, digital product, a season of rest even, but the core standard stays. In relationships, Your standard might be honoring each other's evolution. How that plays out might shift from text check-ins to therapy sessions, or from spontaneous date nights to structured weekly syncs. Whichever method, the foundation stays grounded in presence and care. Adaptability isn't the enemy of standards. It's how you keep them alive. This is what Hustle and Heart is all about. Building success that actually feels good on your terms in every area of life. So this week, I want you to ask yourself, what expectation can I release in my business or my relationships? And what new standard can I rise into? Maybe it's releasing the expectation that your launch should hit a specific number, and instead raising your standard for showing up with authentic value. Or maybe it's releasing the expectation that your partner should read your mind, and instead raising your standard for clear, compassionate communication. Before you go, let's keep the conversation going. If today's episode resonated with you, then share it on your stories and tag me. I love seeing how these conversations land with you. And if you're ready for more, I welcome you to join my newsletter community, where I share exclusive insights, mindset shifts, and tools to help you grow not just your mindset, but small biz too. All the details are in the show notes. This is Vanessa Betances signing off. Keep building, keep believing, and keep showing up for your dreams, mi gente.